Good evening, guys. Only 12 members in this class? 11, including me, 12. Okay. That's it, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, I guess.
I think some of them are supposed to join.
Usually only there are 12 students, sir, like including sir.
Okay, it is always 12 only, yeah?
Yeah, sir, nearly like 12 to 14 only.
Okay, okay. Anyways, we'll get started. So the topic, I think complex numbers is over, right? So you guys are clear with complex numbers, everything. So sir has mentioned that sequence and series is supposed to be started. So we'll get started with it, okay? You guys already know the basics of it. Can just give me 1 minute time. I'll just pull in the data of the questions. Yeah. So ready? So I want this session to be interactive, guys. Okay. So let's get started. The topic that we are going to discuss today is sequences and series. So before we get started with anything, it is always worth to understand what the chapter actually is all about. Can someone tell me what you understand by sequence and series?
Particular set of numbers arranged in a particular sequence.
Okay. Is it always supposed to be numbers?
Sir, it can be any data.
Anything, right? So what do you generally mean by a sequence, right? If you watch a movie, right, you say a sequence of scenes. So what do you mean by that? A sequence of episodes. You watch a series.
One after other.
One after this, so they follow a particular pattern, right? After episode 1, you'll not have episode 5 again, then episode 2. You'll not have something like that. You'll have a number associated to each episode. Similarly, every scene will have a number associated with it, right? So sequence, as the name suggests, basically is nothing but a collection of a particular data which follows a pattern. Can I say something like that? Which follows a common pattern. Correct? So if I talk about sequences, I can use another name. The technical name used for sequences in mathematics is called as progressions. Right. So I'm sure you would have learned about one of the progressions last year itself. What is it?
Arithmetic
Arithmetic
progression.
So you talk about arithmetic progression, right? So if I talk about a sequence like this, I have a number A, I have another number A plus D, I have another number A plus 2D, so on. It keeps on going, right? If this kind of a sequence is given to you and you're asked to name it, what will you say? This is called as the
Arithmetic progression.
arithmetic progression. So progression is basically a sequence. What does arithmetic actually mean? So what do you exactly mean by arithmetic progression or AP? When can you say a particular set of numbers are in arithmetic progression? When the difference between any two subsequent numbers is a constant, and the constant is named as common difference, right? Similarly, is it possible for me to define a sequence like this? 1, 3, 9, 27. Okay, I'll call this a sequence of numbers. Now, I'll give you a task. Okay, let's say it's a game, and I give you a task where you're asked to find what is a common connection between all the terms. Okay, in terms, I'll give you a hint. Okay, in terms of mathematics, whenever you're asked to find what kind of a progression or a sequence it is, you should always try to find the relation between the subsequent numbers. When I say subsequent numbers, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, something like that. What do you understand from this?
So the subsequent numbers have ratio of 3.
That's right. Subsequent means you're saying second number is to first, third
Yes,
is to
sir.
second, fourth is to third. Something like this are having something called are divisible by each other and giving the quotient as 3. Okay, that is 3 by 1 is the same as 9 by 3 is the same as 27 by 9 is all going to give you this 3, and this 3 is technically called as common ratio. Okay, and this type of a progression is generally called as geometric progression. Okay, similarly, I'll give you another sequence. 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5. What do you understand from this? I'll give you a hint. 1 by 1. Let's see,
Sir,
what is your
the reciprocals have, the denominator have an AP.
the denominators are in AP. So this kind of a progression is called as harmonic progression. Means the reciprocal of the numbers in the arithmetic progression form harmonic progression. So basically progression means a particular set of sequence that you need to, that we have a common thing between the subsequent numbers. I hope you understood, right? I explained completely in terms of mathematics. Am I clear till this point? Is there any doubt? So in this chapter, you're only going to learn about arithmetic progressions and geometric progressions. Harmonic is not there in your syllabus. Okay. So we understood what is sequence. Can you guys tell me what is series? Can you tell me what is series? What, according to your understanding, whether it is right or wrong, let's have a discussion. What do you understand by series?
It's like group.
Okay. Okay. So group means there is a group only. Remember? If I put it within a bracket like this, I can call it as a group. Group of numbers.
2 or more groups.
Then we already called it as sequence or progression. Then why do we need to go with another term called as series? Right. We already told something as a sequence. Already sequence has a synonym called as progressions. Then why again we will introduce a third term called as series? Okay. So note it down.
Sir, in case the sequence has some arithmetic operators in between them, it will become
Yes.
a series.
It will become a series. That arithmetic operator that is supposed to be there is sum, is a plus sign. Okay. Suppose A is there, A plus D is there, A plus 2D is there, A plus 3D is there. If the arithmetic operator between them is a plus, then this is what we call it as series. That is why if you see the last exercise of this chapter, they will say special series. Okay, that is they'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, the sum of first n natural numbers, sum of first sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers, something like that. Anyways, we'll deal with all those things later. Okay, so I just gave you an introduction of what is sequence and series. Now let me get into the exam point of view. So that is a textbook part. So when you talk about the sequence and series, the main thing that you need to understand is you have to have a clear-cut understanding of what sequence you're dealing with. First thing. Second is, see, there are two ways to write a sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. If I write 10, what do you understand from this 10? The number 10 is the 10th number of the given sequence. Correct? Similarly, if I write a number n, what do you understand? It is the nth number of that series. Okay. So anything you write with the help of n, that is any number you write as a function of n, is called as a general term. So whenever you are learning about any sequence, it is always worth to understand how to write the general term. See, this chapter is all about, there is nothing magic, no magic in this. It is all about observation and how you frame the general term. Okay, so that is what we need to do. That is our job. So once you frame the general term, then what we need to do is you will put a sigma in front of it and try to find what is the sum of the sequences. What is sometimes if needed, we'll try to find out what is the product of the sequences. Those kind of things. So the first exercise that we are going to deal with is all about the general term. Okay. So this one I will directly start with example itself. So exercise 9.1, this is how the questions will be. Write the first 3 terms in each of the following sequences defined by the following. So they have given you the general term. An is equal to 2n plus 5. Did you guys learn principle of mathematical induction? Yeah?
No, sir.
It's not taught?
No, sir, it's not taught.
So no problem. So it's very simple. If what you understand from this, A is the symbol and n stands for the number. Okay, so this is the general term that they have given. Okay, so an is equal to 2n plus 5. If I ask you what is a1, what will you say?
7.
How did you get that? In the place of n, you need to put 1. So 2 into 1 plus 5. A2,
9.
A3, 2 into 3 plus 5. So what is A1? It is 7. This is 9, and this is going to be 11. So they ask what are the first three terms of the sequence. So it is 7, 9, and 11. What progression does it follow? Is it not the form of arithmetic progression? 7, 9, and 11 have a common difference of 2. Correct? Similarly, second one, A1 is how much?
Minus 2 by
Minus half. A2 is minus 1 by 4. A3 is 0. What sequence does this follow? Minus 1 by 4 plus half is 1 by 4. 0 plus 1 by 4 is 1 by 4. This also follows arithmetic progression. Okay, but this exercise, whatever you're dealing with, is only on writing the terms based on the general term that they have given. So what I'm trying to say is they will give you this kind of an equation. Your work is only to substitute n is equal to 1, 2, and 3. All the natural numbers will substitute in C. Because you cannot have something called as a minus 1th term. You cannot have 0th term, something like that. Then it is a natural term. You talk about the first term, you talk about the second term. There is nothing like intermediate term, 1.5th term, 1.6th term, nothing is there. So that is why I asked whether you know mathematical induction. This kind of an operation is what is the principle of mathematical induction. You need to keep substituting the natural numbers in the place of n and get the values. Am I clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So what is the 20th term of the sequence? You guys do it fast. So an is given n minus 1 into 2 minus n into 3 plus n. So what is a20? 19 into minus 19 into, sorry, minus 18, huh? Minus 18 into 23. So whatever is the product, that is going to be the 20th term of this particular sequence with the general term. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is what you're supposed to do in the whole exercise. Let the sequence a and be defined as a1 is equal to 1, an is equal to an minus 1 plus 2 for n greater than or equal to 2. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Oh, find first 5 terms and write corresponding series. What are the first 5 terms? A1 is 1. A2 is how much? When 2 comes into picture, I need to use this function. So A2 is equal to A2 minus 1 plus 2. What do you understand from this, guys? It is A1 plus 2. Guys, this is the crucial step. Did you guys understand what I did? So in the place of n, I substituted 2 because 1 is already over. So I put 2 here. It is a of 2 minus 1, that is a1 plus 2. What is a1 already? It is 1. So you will get 3. So how do you find a3, guys? You tell me. a3 is equal to a of 3 minus 1 plus 2. So that will be a2 plus 2. a2 is how much term? 3 plus 2, that is 5. Now you guys tell me what are the next 2 terms. Make it fast. If anything is not clear, please ask.
7 and 9.
7 and 9, huh? Right. So it will be 5 plus 2. A5 is 9. I hope everybody got this. Right.
Yes, sir.
Guys, tell me one thing. Can you do this exercise? You want me to do this? This is how the whole exercise is. So I'm damn sure you can handle this. Right? We can discuss more important things.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Shall I proceed to the next part? Yes. So now 9.2 is where we are going to deal with arithmetic progressions. Okay. I want you all to concentrate. Don't think that you have already done the class here. I'll be asking some questions. So concentrate. Yes. Write down the heading as arithmetic progressions or AP. So how do you define this? Set of numbers which are, how can I define set of numbers where the difference between any two subsequent, please underline this word, any two subsequent numbers is always a what? Always a constant. And what is the name of that constant? The constant is called
Common difference.
Common difference.
common. That's right. Common difference. So in short form, you write it as CD. Correct? Okay. So with respect to any progression, okay, not only here, with respect to any kind of a progression you're learning anywhere, these are the 3 things you need to know. First, you need to know what is the general term. Second, you need to know the sum of the sequence. And third, the mean of it. How to find the mean. When I say mean, in this case, since we are dealing with arithmetic progression, the mean I'm trying to talk about is arithmetic mean. Okay. So these two things you have already learned last year, but I'm going to teach you how exactly they came. That is more important. Okay. Shall I proceed, guys?
Yes, sir.
Let the sequence be A1, A2, A3, A4, so on till AN. Okay. Be an arithmetic progression. I'm saying these are the numbers which are an arithmetic progression. Now my question is, what does the definition tell us? They are in AP if I put double F because there is a mandatory condition. If A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2 is equal to A4 minus A3 is equal to what? Is equal to a number called as D. So what should be the last, if there are n terms, let's say an, then what should have been here? An minus an minus 1 should be equal to D. And what is this D called as? This D is what is called as common difference. Correct? So generally when you write a sequence, you will not try to write it in terms of A1, A2, A3, so on. Rather, you will try to reduce it to two variables. So generally, what are the variables we are going to use? One is the first term. Second is the common difference. Okay. If A1 is equal to A and the common difference is D. Okay. Then can I say that A2 minus A1 is equal to D, which implies A2 is equal to A1 plus D. But what is A1? It is A. So A2 will be A plus D. Similarly, A3 minus A2 is also D. But A3 is equal to A2 plus D. But what is A2, guys? But what is A2? A plus D plus this D. So what will you get? You will get A plus 2D. Right. Similarly, let's write the fourth one. A4 minus A3 will be equal to what? A plus, sorry. A4 minus A3 will be equal to D, which implies A4 is equal to A3 plus D. So what is A3? A plus 2D plus D. That will be A plus 3D. So this is where your mathematical induction comes into picture. If I keep writing the sequence like this, then what will A and B equal to? Where this AN is called as the nth term, or it can also be called as the general term. So what is AN, guys? Tell me,
A plus n minus 1 into D.
how did you get that? How did you get that? Don't say you learned it last year. I want the logic.
Sir, by
I told
seeing
you.
the previous A4 minus A3.
By seeing the previous term you told.
Yes, sir.
What is the logic you had? How did you conclude that it should be n minus? Why can't it be n minus 2? So that is where we are going to take the help. See, what is the first term? A. Second term is A plus D. Third term is A plus 2D. Fourth term is A plus 3D. Correct? So can I write this thing as, okay, I'll write it this side, observe. Can I write this thing as, see, one thing I'm able to observe, I have A here, I have D here. I have A here, I have D here, I have A, D, A, D. So if I write the sequence, I'm damn sure that everything will have these two terms. And there is a plus in between. Okay. This is the first term. This is the second term, third term, and fourth term. Correct? So if it is first term, can I write this as a plus 0d. Correct? But how did I get that 0? I can get a 0 by doing 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2, 3 minus 3, anything. For time being, I'll write it as 1 minus 1. Okay. Similarly, I have a plus d here. Then how did I get the d? I can get the d by 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, 4 minus 3, anything, right? But what should I write there? Guys, are you able to understand my logic? I'm just trying to think in that way. A plus, can I write it as 2? Why did I choose 2 minus 1? Why should I choose 2? Why can't I choose 3 minus 2? That is a question.
Sir,
That is
because
where
we are talking about second term, sir. Why do we
very
need to?
very good. That is the answer expected. Okay. So here my job is to relate this term to something so that I bring in a common format. This can be written as 3 minus 1. Now you guys are on the track. So 4 minus 1. So if I write the nth term, it clearly tells me it should be a plus n minus 1 into d, because a and d are common, plus is common, minus 1 is also common. So this n is decided by the term number. So an will be equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, and this is what is called as the nth term, or more commonly it is called as the general term. Am I clear, guys? Okay, problems will not be as simple as applying this formula. You need to observe too many things. Okay, that is where the difference comes in 10th and 11th standard. Okay, so with the hope that is there anyone who wants to copy this, or can I proceed? I can proceed. Okay. Okay. The next question that we need to know is sum of n terms in arithmetic progression. What is the answer? Sum of n terms. What is it?
N
You know the
by
formula.
2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d.
That's right. Question. How did you get this? How did you know that there is a formula? I could have given something, no, n by 2 into a plus n minus 1 into d. I could have told anything. So what made you accept this as a formula? Anybody with the logic? Yes or no? Anybody who can tell me what is the logic behind this?
First, it will be like sum is equal to a plus d plus a plus 2d. Then it will continue till a plus n minus 1.
That is the nth term. Okay. Okay, correct. Then, so you want to write sum of n numbers as a plus d. Yeah, please continue. A plus d plus a plus 2d plus so on. Where do you want me to stop this? A plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, then what should I do? Then, guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then the sum of the same n numbers will be what? A plus n
Plus
minus
n
1
minus
into d.
1
That is, I'm writing the same sequence. Plus, what should be the next number? What should have been the preceding number of this? A plus
n minus
n minus
2.
2 into d plus so on till, okay, I'll write one more also. A plus, so that you will have a better clarity. A plus n minus 3 into d plus so on till the last
A.
number is a. Okay. Now, if I add these two, like how I add two linear equations in any number of variables. So 2 times s of n is equal to, I will add the first term to the corresponding first term here. A plus n minus 1d is, it is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Guys, am I clear with this? Plus, I need to add this term to this term. So a plus d plus a plus n minus 1, n minus 2 into d. What will it give? A plus a is 2a. N minus 2 into d plus d is how much? n minus 2 into d plus d is nd minus 2d plus d. That is n minus 1 into d. Correct? So this will also be n minus 1 into d plus. If I add these two, what will I get? 2a plus n minus, 2a plus the same n minus 1 into d. What will I get when I add the last terms? It is the same 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Only thing is you need to put some intermediate dots in between. So on again. Any doubt, guys? Is there any step that is not clear? So if I'm clear, I'll proceed. Shall I?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
So 2 times the sum of the numbers, okay, is equal to this 2a plus n minus 1 into d is getting added to itself how many times?
n times.
Because there are n terms. So it is getting added with itself n times. So n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d is going to be this answer. So some of the numbers in the sequence will be, now you understood how you got this. So some of the numbers in the sequence of arithmetic progressions is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay. So please copy it, guys. If there is any doubt, please let me know. Shall I proceed? Yes, guys. Shall I proceed or you guys are copying? Please let me know. Okay. Yeah. So S of n, I can write it as n by 2 into. Can I split this 2a and write it as a plus a plus n minus 1 into d? Now, what is this a plus n minus 1 into d?
Last term.
Last term.
Nth
So
term.
generally it is nth term. I can write it as a plus an. If you take this an as the last term, I'm sure you would have learned this formula also. N by 2 into first term plus last term. Right? See, if there is a sequence where you know the first and the last term, then you can go with this formula. If there is a sequence where you know the first term and the common difference, then you go with the first formula. Both are valid. Okay? Both are valid. Right, guys? Shall I proceed to the next part? Okay. So I'll do one thing. Before I proceed to the next part, let's do some examples and understand how to actually apply these formulae. Shall I do some problems?
Yes, sir.
So I want you guys to participate and tell me, give me idea, okay? So there is an arithmetic progression in which the nth term is n. So we'll stop with that. What have they told? Am is equal to n. So whenever they say there is an arithmetic progression, the first step you need to do is take the first term as a and the common difference as d. By default, that should be there in your mind. Okay. So am is equal to n. Tell me a plus, what should I write? A plus
m minus
m,
1.
m minus 1 into common difference d is equal to n. Correct? Similarly, the nth term is m. An is equal to m, which implies a plus, tell me now,
n minus 1.
n minus 1 into d will be equal to m. Okay. Now, find the pth term in this particular sequence. So, for you to find this term, what are we supposed to do? You will be able to find it only if you know the value of a and d. Because what are all the
Sir,
known
we can
parameters?
subtract equation 1 and 2.
Yes, yes. So I'm just trying to share the idea before we do. So generally, whichever is not given in the question should not come in the final answer. Okay, well? So we can subtract these two. When you do the subtraction, what do you get? You get m minus n into d is equal to n minus m. So the common difference is -1. Correct? So if the common difference is -1, take it and substitute it in any one of the equations. So a plus n minus 1 into -1 is equal to m. So what is a? A minus n plus 1 is equal to m. So which implies a is equal to m plus n minus 1. So this is the first term. The common difference is -1. So what will be AP, guys? A plus p minus 1 into d. What is a? M plus n minus 1 plus p minus 1 into d is -1. Correct? So m minus n plus 1 plus p plus 1, sorry, minus p plus 1. Cancel. Is there anything?
So m plus n minus 1.
It is m plus n minus 1. I didn't miss anything, right? Minus n plus 1 is equal to this m plus n minus 1 minus p plus 1. Okay. This and this will get cancelled. M plus n minus p will be the final answer. So this is the term. So m is given as a question, n is given, and p is given. So this is an accepted answer. Okay. Shall I move on?
Sir, can you scroll up a bit?
Sure. Any doubt?
No, sir, I need to verify one second. Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah. If the sum of n terms of an AP, sum of n terms of an AP is equal to np plus half into n into n minus 1 into q, where p and q are constants, find the common difference. Okay, how to do this? So wherever they say an AP without giving first term and last term, the only way is take A as the first term, D as the common difference. So
the first term is p.
how did you know that first term is P?
N is 1.
So you
Sir,
put n is equal. You put n is equal. That is no. That is a mistake. That is, you should do that n is equal to 1. Only they have given general term. They didn't give general term. They gave sum of the terms. Subhajit, are you able to understand what is the mistake? Had they given this question as general term, that time you are allowed to put n is equal to 1. There's not general term. There's sum of n terms. So listen to the idea. Okay. S of n. See, I'll tell you why I'm thinking like this. First, listen to this. Np plus n square q divided by 2 minus nq divided by 2. Accepted? I just expanded. I did nothing. Okay, this right side part is according to the question. But what is the sum of n terms according to the formula? If the first term is a and the last term is d, I mean the common difference is d. It is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So now expand this. A or na plus n square d divided by 2 minus n into d divided by 2. Guys, did you understand what I did? Now compare these two expressions. What do you understand?
P is the first term and Q is common difference.
That's it. That's the answer. So d is equal to q. But Subrajit, though you got the first term as P, still the method is wrong. Okay.
Sir, but I don't understand why is it wrong.
No,
Sir,
no, no. I
actually,
think no, it is right. It is right. Sorry.
Yes, sir,
When you
it
do
is
sum
right,
of the
sir.
first term, because you'll take only the first term. That's right. That's right. Because when you do the sum of one term, you'll take only the first term. Correct. When you put n is equal to 1, it will be P. Okay. Shall we proceed? Okay. The reason why I expanded is, can someone tell me why I expanded?
Sir, to compare.
To compare, and first thing is, remember that sum of the n terms is a second degree equation. See, this question is actually simple. We need not expand it. If you try to, I'll write it in the same order and show it. See, this n by 2 into 2a is there. No, I can write it as an plus half into n minus 1 into d. So from here itself, we can say d is q. Because this is the way they have given it here. Suppose instead of half here, had it been 1 by 4 or 1 by 3, something like that, right? Then you need to expand it. Guys, are you able to understand what I'm trying to say? So be careful with that.
Yes, sir.
Be careful with that. Okay. The sum of the n terms of two arithmetic progressions are in the ratio. So since they told two arithmetic progressions, we'll take the first term as a1, second term as common difference as d1. The second one a to d2 are in the ratio 3n is to 3n plus 8 is to 7n plus 15. Find the ratio of their 12th terms. So S1 of n is how much? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d1. S2 of n will be how much? N by 2 into 2a2 plus n minus 1 into d2. Okay, Oda? The sum of the n terms of two arithmetic progressions are in the ratio 3n plus 8 is to 7n plus 15. Okay, I'll take 1 by 2 itself because they didn't tell me the order. I will take it as 1 by 2. This and this will get cancelled. Correct? Now, find the ratio of their 12th term. So, how do I find the ratio of their 12th terms? So, A1 of 12, A12 in the first sequence and A12 in the second sequence is equal to how much? First, we will try to write the general Formancy. So, what is A12 in the first one? It is A1 plus 11 times D1 divided by, here what will happen? It will be A2 plus 11 times D2. Guys, are you able to understand what I did?
Yes.
So this is what we need to find. So to find that, what we are supposed to do is, so if I'm able to bring this kind of a format here, then we'll get the required answer. So how do we proceed with that? Okay. So how to proceed with this is given as 3n plus 8 divided by 7n plus 15. Is there any kind of rearrangement that you can do? Is there any kind of rearrangement you can do to the left hand side so that you can do a comparative study on the right hand side, like what we did for previous problem? Think about it. So what comparison we can do, guys? So A1 plus 11D1, A2 plus 11D2 is there. Okay. Now think about it. See, this is what we need to find. Is there anyone who is ready to share an idea? What idea are you getting?
So,
Mm-hmm.
sir, in this sum, why can't we substitute n as different numbers?
NS what?
Sir, any number like 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, you can substitute and see. But what is that you're going to achieve? See, understand one thing. How many unknowns do you have? 4. But how many
Yes, sir.
equations do you have in your hand? To be honest, you have only one. With one equation, it is difficult for us to find 4 unknowns. No? Number of unknowns is equal to number of equations. So we can do nothing with respect to the equations. Okay, what do you want to do by substituting the number? Let me understand what you want.
Sir, we can find A1 by A2.
Okay, you will find A1 by A2, but what is that we can do with this? Because here you can't separate A1 by A2. No?
Sir, we can substitute different values and try to find some kind of relation between them.
Okay, you will find A1 and A2. See, for example, let me say, okay, you want to substitute n is equal to 1 and etc. Then A1, 2 times A1 by 2 times A2 will be equal to, what will you get on the right hand side? You will get 11 divided by 22. You will get 1 by 2, correct? So what we can, am I right? Is there any calculation mistake? 11 divided by 22. That's it. So you can say A2 is equal to 2 times A1. Maybe if you substitute it here, okay, I'll go with your idea. A1 plus 11 times D1 divided by 2 times A1 plus 11 times D2. Still I'm getting stuck, no, because I have to do something with D1 and D2 also. Even if I
Sir,
do
we
it,
can substitute n as 2, sir.
okay, if you do it, okay, I'll tell you. If you substitute n is equal to 2, maybe you get a relation between D1 and D2 also. Then what will happen? You will get A1 plus 11 times D1. Maybe you will get 2A1 plus 23 times D1. What is the use of this? You can't take something common and cancel it. No?
Yes, sir, we can actually, sir.
Or how will you do? What
Sir,
will you
we
take
can
out?
equate it to 3n plus 8. Okay, no, never mind.
You can't do it, no? You're able to understand why we can't do in that method?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah? Yeah, that's good. So let's try out something else. So my question is, since we see, I'm just sharing the idea that I'm getting in my head. Okay, I'm able to look at this expression A12 of 1 and A12 of 2. Since it has 4 unknowns involved in it, see, I have an odd number involved in it. See, since though I'm talking about the 12th term, I have 11 here. So it is always, I can't take anything common out. So what I will try to do is, I will try to convert this in the form of the given parameter.
Sir, we can multiply it with 2.
That is what I'm trying to say. You're able to understand what is the logic? So since
Yes,
11
sir.
is involved here, I cannot take 2 or anything outside. So here 2A1 is there, here A1 is there. So I will multiply and divide it with 2. So this will be 2 times A1 plus 22 D1 divided by 2 times A2 plus 22 D2. Correct, Ada? Now we can think, sir, Subrajit, now you can think of substituting. So I have 2A1. To get 22 D1 here, what should I substitute the value of N as?
23.
23, if you substitute, we'll get the answer. Do it fast, tell me. Guys, this is an important problem. Is there anyone who didn't understand the logic?
So 77 by 170.
77 by how much, sir?
176.
Is there any common? I think 11 will cancel, no? This will go 7 times. This will go 1. You'll get 16 times. So you'll get 7 by 16. That is the final answer. But you guys understood the logic? Right. So these kind of problems, I'm sure I just want to confirm that. Did you understand the logic of number of unknowns and the number of equations concept? Is everyone clear with that? Suppose the problem
Yes.
is specific. Yeah. Suppose the problem is twisted in the exam, you should not struggle. Okay. Try this, guys. Try this one. The income of a person is 3 lakh in the first year and he receives an increase of rupees 10,000 to his income per year for the next 19 years. Find the total amount he received in 20 years. Arithmetic progression. So sum of the amount in 20 years is how much? So 20, n is 20 divided by 2 into 2 into, what is the value of A? A is 3 lakhs. Plus n minus 1 into D. N is how much? 20. So 20 minus 1, 19 into common difference is 10,000. Calculate this, that will give you the final answer. Okay. Am I clear, guys?
79 lakhs.
70?
9 lakhs.
Okay, 79 lakh. I hope
Sir?
everybody got this answer. Tell me that.
Sir, we can directly do like the first term is going to be 3 lakhs and then the last term will be 3 lakhs plus 20 into 10,000.
3 lakh plus 20 into 20,000. It should still be 3 lakh into 3 lakh plus 19 into 10,000.
Yes, sir. 19 into
Yeah.
10,000.
I could have told that method, but you know, if you make the mistake of generally most of them put 20 here. If you put 20, the whole answer will change. Okay. That is why I went with the formula itself. So be careful, though you will get it with practice, but be careful. Okay. So here the question says, insert 6 numbers between 3 and 24 such that the resulting sequence is an AP. Now the time has come for you to learn the mean. So we did problems based on general term and the sum of the sequences, right? That is sum of the numbers in the arithmetic progression. So this is something new to you guys. So please write it down. We have something called as arithmetic mean. Okay. Now, the meaning of this arithmetic mean, what do you mean by arithmetic mean? You already know. Mean is average. Right? Here arithmetic refers to sum. Suppose I give you 2 numbers A and B. Okay. And I ask you, what is the arithmetic mean of this? What will you say?
A plus B
A
by
plus B by 2.
A plus B by 2. Because you're saying the sum of the 2 numbers divided by the total number of terms you have. Correct. If I put a question like, how did you arrive at that A plus B by 2 in a different way? Okay. Let's think of it. Now, arithmetic mean for these 2 numbers, see, listen to this carefully. Okay. Arithmetic mean of the numbers, the 2 given numbers A and B, where A can be anything, B can be anything. Okay. The arithmetic mean of these 2 numbers is such a number that you introduce between these 2, A and B. In between, I introduce a number A. I write it in capital A because the capital A is the symbol used for arithmetic mean. Okay. Such that I can call this number as the arithmetic mean of A and B if this sequence after introducing this capital A becomes an arithmetic progression. I repeat, guys. For 2 given numbers A and B, the arithmetic mean is such a number that you introduce between A and B so that the sequence becomes what? The sequence becomes an arithmetic progression. Correct? If that is the case, what does the basic definition of arithmetic progression tell us? The difference between the subsequent terms or the subsequent numbers should be the same. So can I say capital A minus A should be B minus capital A? Guys, does the logic make sense? This is what we call it as common difference. Right? Is everyone clear with this step?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now bring this minus A to this side and take the small a to the other side. So 2 times capital A is equal to A plus B. So which implies A is equal to how much?
A plus B. Right?
Now you understood why it is so. Now we are able to, this is the actual definition of arithmetic. See, till now we would have learned it as sum of the two terms divided by the value 2. Okay, so arithmetic mean is such a number that can be introduced between two given numbers so that the whole sequence becomes an arithmetic progression. Now comes an important. Please tell me.
Sir, using logic, we can also say that the mean of the two numbers is a number somewhere between the two numbers.
Because you're thinking in terms of number length. It should exactly be the midpoint. Is that what you're thinking? Correct?
So you're not audible, I think.
Yes, I'm sorry. I think there was some network connectivity issue. Till where was I audible?
Sir, you were explaining Suprajit about the
I
average.
was this will stop other screen sharing. What was I telling about the average, the number line figure 1 and 3?
Yes, sir.
You also explained so much after that. Okay. So you asked me this question, no? For 1 and 3, the average arithmetic mean is x1 plus x2 by 2, 1 plus 3 by 2. That is going to be 2. Now you see 1, 2, and 3 forms an arithmetic progression. That's right. But the important question is, between two given numbers, you can introduce only one arithmetic mean, or you can introduce n arithmetic means as a question. Okay. So here, if you
Yes,
look at
sir.
this, if you look at this question, insert 6 numbers between 3 and 24 such that the resulting sequence means there are 6 numbers introduced between 3 and 24, where 3 is A and 24 is B. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to analyze a situation where the two numbers that are given, the fixed numbers that are given A and B are known to me. Between them, if there is a question where I'm asked to introduce any number of terms so that the sequence follows an arithmetic progression, I will try to find out what is the relation between all these terms. Okay. So that's what the topic is all about.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Tell me.
Sir, according to the definition of arithmetic mean, can we say that arithmetic mean of A and B is also equal to A plus B by 4?
Arithmetic mean of A and B is also equal to? No, your voice is breaking. I couldn't hear it. The arithmetic mean of A and B is equal to?
A plus B by 4.
A plus B by 4 will not come. Right? How will A plus B by 4 come? You are saying for... I didn't understand. How will A plus B by 4 come? 4 will not come. It is a midpoint. No? Okay.
It forms an arithmetic progression, right?
But see, for 1 and 3, if you do A plus B by 4, you will get how much? 1. 1 plus 3 by 4 is 1 again. Then that will not work. See, that is why I'm telling you, stress on the point that arithmetic mean is such a number that the difference between the subsequent terms is a common difference. It's a constant. Okay. So you first listen to this concept, then you will understand things better. Insert n arithmetic means between the two given numbers A and B such that the sequence is an arithmetic progression. So A is given, B is given. I'm introducing how many terms? N arithmetic means, so that this whole sequence is an arithmetic progression. Is this point clear? Is this point clear? Yeah, tell me.
Is mean and average the same?
Yeah, mean and average are the same. Mean means average. But here, see, mean generally refers to the given data. That mean you're trying to talk about this in statistics. Here we don't call it as mean, we call it as arithmetic mean for a reason. Okay. So I'm trying to stress on the point again and again. Arithmetic, because you learn something called a geometric mean also. So geometric mean has nothing to do with sum of two numbers and divided by 2. Okay. Please give me a confirmation because my network is getting cut.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say is these numbers are, so arithmetic mean means you have to have this in your mind. Whenever they ask a question about arithmetic mean, they will put this point. Introduce that arithmetic mean between the two given numbers so that the sequence becomes an AP. Okay. So suppose the two given numbers are A and B and I'm asked to introduce n arithmetic means between. My job is to find out what is the value of each arithmetic mean in terms of A and B. Okay. So A is the first term. A1 is the second term. A3 is the third term. Then AN will become what? It will be n plus 1th term and B will be what? It will be the n plus 2th term. Correct? Huh? Yes or no? Guys, are you able to understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please give me a confirmation because the net is getting cut. I'm not knowing it. So can I write? So if I say the first term is A, common difference is D. Okay. First term is A and the common difference is D. Then what is the n plus second term? It is B. Correct? But what is an plus 2 according to the formula of a general term? First term plus n minus 1 into D is equal to B. Did you understand why I wrote n plus 2 minus 1?
Yes, sir.
So an is a plus n minus 1 into D. So whatever is the value here, the same number should reflect here. So a plus n plus 1 into D is equal to beta, which implies D will be equal to how much? B minus A divided by n plus 1. Means if you are asked to introduce n arithmetic means between the two given numbers, first step is to find the common difference using this formula. So the common difference is last term minus the first term divided by how much? N plus 1, where n is the number of arithmetic means you are supposed to introduce. Okay. So once you know the first term, once you know the common difference, isn't it easy for you to write the sequence? Right? We can achieve that, right? Am I clear with this, guys? Please make a note of this point.
Yes, sir.
Please write it down. This is something new you are learned today. Please write it down. So let me know once you are done. We will do one last problem and then my turn.
So can you scroll up a little bit?
Sure. For the time being, you can take a screenshot.
Okay.
Generally, for the time being, take it so that I can explain you the example also. Save time.
Yes, sir. Done.
Done? Let's do this example. Now, you guys use the logic. Insert 6 numbers between 3 and 24 such that the resulting sequence is an AP. So, A is how much? 3. B is 24. N is 6. So, what is the common difference? Just now we derived the formula. B minus A divided by N plus 1. Right. So, B is 24 minus 3 divided by N plus 1 is 7. So 21 divided by 7 is 3. So common difference is 3. Now tell me the sequence. 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 12, 15, 18, 21 and 24. So how many arithmetic means have you introduced?
Sir,
That's it.
what does the n represent, sir?
N represents the number of arithmetic means. 6 is the number of terms. Okay, forget about 3 and 24. So the meaning of that n is between 3 and 24, you need to introduce 6 terms or 6 arithmetic means, to be more technical.
Okay, sir. The inserted number should be n, sir.
Yes, the number of terms that you are putting between A and B.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that's it. This is a concept. Okay. Am I clear? So like this, the problem can be anything. Like between 3 and 24, let's say they're asking you to introduce 4 numbers. How will you solve this? D is equal to 24. 4 will not work, I think, because 4 doesn't divide. Let's say they're asking you to introduce 6 and rest have 21. Let's say they are asking you to introduce 3 terms. Okay, you're asked to introduce 3 arithmetic means. So D will be 24 minus 3 divided by 3 Vanada, 2 down. Sorry. We'll make it 2. 24 minus 3 divided by 2 plus 1, that is 3. So 21 by 3 will give you 7. So can you introduce? First number will be 3. What will be the next number? 10. The next number will be 17, 24. So you have introduced 2 numbers between 3 and 24 such that the sequence is an AP. Now you check, no, it is still an AP only because the common difference is 7. You're able to understand? So like this, they can twist any question and ask. So you should just know the concept. That is more important. Guys, am I clear? Please give me a response. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is all about the second exercise. You're done with this. So third exercise is all about geometric progression, and the fourth is about sequences and series. The series, special series. So tomorrow's class, we will solve some more problems from arithmetic progression. Then we'll go to GP. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I'll see you all. We can wind up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.